Guys, can you respond in the chat box? Super, guys. Other day we discussed about the factory design pattern. Other day we discussed about factory design pattern. What do you say, boss? Yeah, now I would like to talk about strategy design pattern. What is that? Strategy. What do you mean by strategy, boss? Strategy means plan. And in IPL game, IPL cricket matches will be having strategic strategic timeout, boss. Come on. Okay, guys. In IPL cricket matches, we have having strategic timeout now, boss. Why they will give to plan the game effectively? Come on. To plan the game effectively. Okay, guys. Yeah, strategy design pattern also given to plan and design the classes of dependency management more effectively. Strategy design pattern says when you decided to keep classes in dependency management, it says I will give best practices of keeping classes in dependency management. Best practice of keeping classes in dependency management. Understanding my statement? And IPL strategic timeout is purely commercial activity was. 2.5 minutes in each innings for both teams. So total how many minutes are getting? 10 minutes they are getting. So 10 minutes means lot of advertisements they can do or not. That too, this strategic timeout will be given in when the game is in peak stage, right? Especially 16th over means game is always in peak stage. Okay, that's why you observe in international T20s there is no strategic timeout, but only in IPL T20 there is a strategic timeout. Did you notice that? Okay, it looks like a standard, but it is a lot of commercial planning is involved in that. Lot of commercial planning is involved. Crores of money is involved in that. Super, guys. Tell me, guys, strategy design pattern. Strategy means planning to get things done effectively. This pattern is GOF pattern, Gang of Four pattern, which can be implemented in any OOP language. In any object-oriented not only Java, boss, anywhere it can be implemented. This pattern has become popular pattern because of Spring Framework. Because we design Spring Bean classes of dependency management by using the principles of this design pattern. So it is not Spring pattern, but it is popularly used pattern in Spring application. I hope everyone understands the meaning of this statement, guys. It looks like a Spring pattern, but it is not Spring pattern, but it has become very, very popular because of what? Spring environment. Why? In Spring only we have a dependency management where we have to keep classes as what? Target and dependent classes. Come on. Where we have to take the classes as what? Target and dependent classes. Okay, while taking classes as dependent and target classes, strategy design pattern is allows us to design them in an effective manner. Got the point? This pattern says develop the classes of dependency management, target and dependent classes as loosely coupled interchangeable part. For this, we need to follow following principles while developing the classes of dependency management. Okay, guys. This pattern says develop the classes of dependency management as loosely coupled interchangeable part. That means degree of dependency should be less, and I should replace one dependency with another dependency without touching the source code. I should be in a position to replace one dependency with another dependency without touching the source code. For example, Flipkart is using DTDC service. Flipkart is the target class, DTDC is the dependent class. Flipkart did not like DTDC services. It should be in a position to replace DTDC with what? DHL. DHL with Blue Dart. Blue Dart with First Courier. Some other courier service without touching the source code of Flipkart class. Nothing but target class. So then we can say target and dependent classes are loosely coupled. Target and dependent classes are loosely coupled, and they are interchangeable. I can replace one dependent class with another dependent class without touching the source code, na boss. Okay, that is the main concept of what? This design pattern, Rama. This is the main concept of this design pattern. This. Okay, guys. Kavya madam, can you ask your query at the end? This pattern says develop the classes of dependency management, target and dependent classes as loosely coupled interchangeable parts. This is the main statement, guys. This is the main statement. Super. Tell me, what are the principles of task design pattern? Favor or prefer composition over inheritance. Or if you want to keep classes in relationship, you can keep them through inheritance. We can keep them through composition. But what they are saying, favor or prefer inheritance while taking target and dependent classes. While taking target and dependent classes. So don't prefer inheritance to keep the classes in relationship. Always keep the classes of target and dependent classes in relationship by using what concept, guys? Composition. Favor or prefer composition over inheritance. Got it, my point? Next. Code to interfaces are abstract classes. Code to interfaces are abstract classes. And don't code with, tell me. Don't code with concrete classes to achieve loose coupling. So wherever possibility is there, you have to prefer coding with what? Interfaces. You need to prefer coding with what? Interfaces. Right now, boss? And in core Java level, you might have studied, okay, loose coupling with a runtime polymorphism. Wherever chance is there, you have to work with interfaces or abstract classes. If you take has a property type of interface type, I can inject any implementation class object. If I take has a property type of abstract class, I can inject with any subclass object. If I take has a property type as a concrete class, that too subclass concrete class, I can inject only that class object. Is there any chance of injecting other objects, guys? So where more loose coupling is possible, with interfaces are abstract. Between interface and abstract classes, what is more recommended? Interfaces are more recommended, right now, boss? Super. Next. Our code must be open for extension and must be closed for modification. Our code must and should be open for extension, must and should be closed for modification. Are you getting my point there or not there? So these are the principles or rules, boss. Yeah, can you write these rules in the chat box in shortcut? Strategy, design pattern, principles or rules are Strategy, design pattern, principles and rules are. Yeah, I'll explain each principle. Each principle I'll explain. I'm going to take each principle more in detail. First one, prefer composition over inheritance. Always code to interfaces to achieve loose coupling or abstract classes. Our code must be open for extension and must be closed for modification, right? You want enter key in the chat box, shift enter. You want a new line in the chat box, shift enter. You want new line in the chat box, shift enter. Yeah, shall we take first one, guys? What's the first one? Favor or prefer composition over inheritance while taking target and dependent classes. Everyone, please listen. Class B, class A extends B. Inheritance is a relationship. A is subclass of B. A is subclass of B. See, guys, so it is called is a relationship. Inheritance is always is a relationship, now, boss. Stop writing the principles. Can you listen? A is subclass of B. That's why it is always is a relation of what? It is always is a relation or not. See, A is subclass of B. That's why is a relationship. Super, guys. Tell me, class B, class A. In class A, I created object of class B. Here B has a property or not? B has a property or not? I want reply. Here B simply has a property or not? I want reply. Yeah, this is called composition. What is the relationship? Has a relationship. Why it is called as a relation? A class object has as B class object. Are you understanding my statement? A class object has B class. So this relationship is what? So it is called as a relationship. So it is called, what is this? As a relationship. So it is called as a relationship. Super. Now question that comes is, when should I go for composition? When should I go for inheritance? In general, nowhere related to Spring, boss. Nowhere related to Spring. Listen, if class 1 wants to use all the data and methods of class 2, then better to keep them in inheritance relationship, na boss? Then better to keep them in inheritance relationship, na boss? Okay, father, son. Father wants to give everything to son. So then only the relation is what? Parent-child relationship, right now, boss? Between father and son, what is the relationship? Inheritance only. So that's why son inherits everything of father. Both good, bad. Both assets and credits. Both liabilities and what? Assets. Both will be inherited or not, guys? Okay, boss. Class 1 wants to give only few things to class 2. Only few things, few methods, few behaviors to class 2. Then better to keep them in what? Has a relationship. Better to keep them in has a relationship. Arey, your father is having friend ra babu. Ah, your father wants to your friend. So he wants to give everything to friend. Everything goes to friend. No, na. Only few things to friend. Few gifts. Few things you want to give to friend. So that's why friendship is like has a relationship. Father and son relationship is like is a relationship. Nice na boss? If class 1 wants to use few properties and methods of class 2, then go for composition has a relationship. Has a relationship. Are you getting my point there, guys? So it's like father and son, ra babu. It's like, it is like father and son. It is like father and son. Okay. It is like, friend 1 and friend 2. Friend 1 and friend 2. I'll tell one thing, guys. I'll tell one thing. You look at here. A is subclass of B, right? Listen carefully. A is subclass of B. If A is using or not, everything of B is visible to A na, boss. I can call B class methods from A class object. I can call B class method from A class object. You use it or not use it. Everything is coming to A or not from B class. But here, in A class, we can call only those methods that are really called on the B class object. By default, everything of B comes to A. By default, everything of B comes to A, boss. No, not at all. Suppose M1 method is there in B, M2 method is there in B class. I called only M1 method in the methods of A. So I'm going to get access to only M1 method. Did I have any access to M2 method? Did I have any invocation facilities to M2 method? Using object of class A, can I call M2 method? No. Since I called M1 method in the methods of class A, I have access to M1 method. Do I have access to M2 method? No. So that's the reason composition. Core Java, Babu. I don't know what you studied in Core Java. Some people are still feeling surprising when I'm explaining these things. Really, sir, like this, sir. Come on. Don't cheat with Core Java. It will cheat with your entire learning process. These are the small points you are supposed to learn in Core Java, right? Super. Fine. Learning is important. Where you learn, that does not matter. Sometimes from me, sometimes from Core Java faculty, sometimes with your self-experience, right? Okay, when should I go for inheritance? When should I go for composition? Clarity has come na? Clarity has come na, boss? Now listen. While keeping the classes as target and dependent classes, why I should prefer composition? Why not inheritance? Flipkart DTDC. Flipkart wants to use every service of DTDC or only courier service of DTDC. To know everything of DTDC, their payroll management, their distribution system, their X, their Y, their Z. No. Flipkart just want to enjoy courier method, nothing else, right? So that means Flipkart wants to use few services of DTDC, all services of DTDC. Only courier service of DTDC. So that's why better to keep target and dependent classes in which relationship, guys? Composition or not. I don't give rules. I give explanation, reason behind the rules. This is the place where you become different from other learners. Why we are having more success rate? Because we don't read the rules. We try to understand the reason behind the rules. Convinced, my dear? If I keep a DTDC and Flipkart in inheritance relationship, everything of DTDC comes to Flipkart now. Flipkart is subclass, DTDC is the superclass. So many lot of internal operation methods will be there in DTDC. They are unnecessarily visible to Flipkart now, boss. Flipkart is interested only in courier method of DTDC, not in other methods of DTDC, right now, boss? But when it comes to what? Father and son. Okay, if you like it or not, everything of father should be inherited to son. Is good and bad should be taken by son, right? But when it comes to friendship, when it comes to business tie-ups, they don't take everything. They take only few things that are required. Yes, boss. Tell me, guys. Limitations are inheritance is not good while designing two classes as a target and dependent classes. That is, it is recommended to use composition. In other places, you can think about inheritance. In other places, you can think about inheritance. But here it is recommended to use what? Composition. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Limitations of inheritance, guys. Certain OOP languages do not allow what, guys? Already languages is plural now, boss. Let's keep it. Do not allow to inherited from multiple classes, boss. To inherit from multiple classes at a time. No support for multiple inheritance. Best example is Java, boss. Java supports multiple inheritance, guys. Java supports multiple inheritance. Don't say it supports multiple inheritance through interfaces. Sorry. What? We are not inheriting anything from interfaces. Why? Interface methods are by default public methods, right? By default, what method? Interface methods are by default what methods? Public method. That too declaration will be there. Variables are by default public static final, right? Observe. Variables are by default visible in all classes without inheritance because they are public static final, right? And interface methods are only declaration. So can you look at the interfaces in the angle of inheritance? Can you look at the interfaces in the angle of inheritance? Sir, Java 8 onwards static methods and default method definitions are allowed now, sir. From Java 8 onwards, Java 8 onwards default methods and static method definitions are allowed now, sir. Tell me, static methods are inheritable to subclasses? Static methods are inheritable, guys? No. Default method scope is what, guys? Default method scope is what? Or if default method comes into picture, if you don't write any logic, right now, boss? If you don't write any logic within the package, they are visible. So that's why my suggestion is don't look at the interfaces in the angle of inheritance. Look at the interfaces in the angle of polymorphism. One interface with method declaration. I can develop 20 classes implementing those interfaces. In 20 classes, I can provide 20 different implementations now, boss. 20 classes, I can provide 20 different implementations. What do you say, guys? In 20 classes, I can provide 20 different implementations. What do you say, my dear? Got it? Limitations of inheritance, boss. Limitations of inheritance. First one, certain OOP languages do not allow inherit from multiple classes at a time. No support for multiple inheritance. These are the problems related to inheritance. Sub-points of point 1. With inheritance, code become fragile, any pronunciation. English is a dirty language, right? Fragile, easily breakable. With inheritance, unit testing of code becomes bit complex. Unit testing of code becomes bit complex. Programmer testing on his own piece of code is called inheritance. Sorry, is called unit testing. JUnit is the tool that we use for unit testing, Rababu. That unit testing becomes very complex if you go for inheritance. Why? We will see all the, these are the 3 sub-points of rule number 1. We will discuss one more thing. To solve this problem, we can take the support of composition. This is my notes only, which I have written for last batch. Okay. We can take the support of composition. All the problems can be solved using composition. Super, guys. First rule. What is the first rule, guys? Certain OOP languages do not support inheriting from multiple classes at a time. Yeah. Look at the problem, guys. Class A, class B. Class C extends A comma B. Possible? Possible, guys. Use error because Java does not support multiple inheritance. Solution using composition. Let's see the solution by using composition, guys. Class A, class B. In class C, A class object is created, B class object is created. Indirectly, it is happening or not? So indirectly, we are able to get the properties of A and B. Come on, A class object, B class object. Come on, guys. So indirectly through composition, we are achieving multiple inheritance effect. Multiple inheritance effect. Come on. Some properties are, all properties are, that depends upon you. But we are able to bring the effect or not? We are able to bring the effect or not? Come on. Don't say Java supports multiple inheritance using interfaces. Look at the interfaces. Come on. Look at the interfaces. For the purpose of polymorphism. Look at the interfaces for the purpose of polymorphism, not for the purpose of inheritance. Okay. Because the following reasons. Because of following reasons. Tell me, guys, number A, interface variables are public static final by default. This is very important. Lots of core Java people I don't know this point, which can be used directly in any class without implementing interface. Right now, boss? Interface. Okay. Abstract methods. Abstract method just contain declaration. Just contain declaration. That means we are not inheriting anything. Right now, boss? Okay. Sumant Jadhav, if you don't know core Java, keep quiet. Okay. Private variables are not there. By default, public variables will be there, right? Abstract method just contain declaration. That means we are not getting anything. We are not getting anything to implementation classes. Yes, na boss? Java 8 static methods. Java 8 interface static methods. Okay. Are not inheritable. Inheritable in the what, guys? Implementation classes. Static methods are not inheritable in the implementation classes, right, boss? Our interface will have implementation classes, not the subclasses. The Java 8 interface default methods. Default methods will come into picture. With default logics only when those methods are not overridden. That means we should not take this one seriously, Rababu. We should not take default method when nothing is done, default, right? Only when those methods are not in the implementation classes. And most of the time, default methods are empty methods, right? In the implementation classes. Most of the time, if you observe any predefined interface with the default method, most of the times they are empty methods. Empty method definitions. Nothing but null methods, na boss? They are null methods. Now tell me, after seeing this statement, you still believe interfaces are given in Java for inheritance? Based on that, can you say interfaces are there for inheritance? Interfaces in Java are given for polymorphism. For polymorphism. I fight with the students a lot, in multiple batches. Some people blindly believe Java support multiple inheritance through interfaces. At least I'm making some difference. See, guys, this is my analyzation on the interfaces. If you like it, take it. Keep in the mind, use in the interview room. use in your real life. That means company life. If you don't like, keep it aside. Go with your own theory. Go with your own theory, what you believe. But first of all, you have to believe my analyzation. Then take it. If you don't like it, I will be having my theory, you will be having your theory. No fighting, no ego clashes. But this is the actual thing for which interfaces are given. For polymorphism, because by developing multiple implementation classes for an interface, we are able to write different logics for methods in different implementation classes. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Different logics for method in different implementation classes. Array, for example, interface I1 is having add method declaration. Class 1 implement, it uses C is equal to A plus B formula, right? Class 2 implements the same interface. It may use C is equal to B plus A formula. Someone else will implement someone will write same requirement in another formula or not. Same thing can be written in another formula or not. So that means we are able to get different implementation logics or not. Super, guys. If someone says Java support inheritance through interfaces, laugh at them and give this entire explanation. Still not convinced? Okay, again laugh at them, leave them. Again laugh at them, leave them. Right now, boss? Okay, interface I1 is having add method declaration. Implementation class 1 is using what logic? A plus B. Class 2 is using what logic? B plus A. Class 3 is using what logic? A plus B plus 0. Class 4 is using what? Plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. And different people can use different logics or not, boss? Polymorphism. Poly means multiple. Morphism means phases, multiple phases. One method declaration, multiple phases are there. Multiple logics are there or not there? Okay, guys. Now you observe. With inheritance, the code becomes fragile, nothing but easily breakable. Class A, public int M1 return 100. Listen very carefully, boss. Class B extends A. M1 is overridden. Return 1000. Class C extends B. Some code. Class D extends B. Some code. All of a sudden, I changed the return type of M1 method in A class into 2 float. Tell me, guys, this class is disturbed. Since C is extending from B, this class is disturbed. Since D is extending from B, this class is also disturbed. One small change that I have done in the topmost class in the hierarchy, the whole hierarchy classes are disturbed or not? That means code is very fragile or not? Code is very much fragile or not? Easily breakable or not? Code is very much fragile or not? Easily breakable or not? Code is easily breakable or not? I want reply. It is looking like a building that is created using playing cards. It is looking like a building that is created using playing cards. You disturb one playing card in the middle or in the bottom, total building will be collapsed or not? Yes or no? Na? That's why you observe so many versions came in Java. Are they touching signature of the methods in object class? Are they changing signature of the methods in object class? Are they changing signature of the methods in object class? No, guys. Why they will not change? And if they change, total Java will be disturbed. They will add 1 2 extra methods in object class, but they don't dare to touch existing method signatures. Why? Based on Java, a lot of technologies created, frameworks created, third-party libraries are created, other tools are created, guys. If they disturb one method signature in object class, total Java classes in the hierarchy will be disturbed. In fact, total Java will be disturbed. Yes, na boss. Because object is the topmost class in the inheritance hierarchy of all the Java classes. If we modify signature of M1 method in class A, nothing but changing return type to float from int, changing the return type to float from int, then all the classes that are there in the inherit hierarchy will be disturbed. That means the classes of inheritance hierarchy becomes fragile. That means easy, becomes so sensitive and easily breakable. Becomes so sensitive and easily breakable. Sir, how it can be started? How it can be solved using composition? Are composition argue 100% solution, but minimize the problem to certain level. That means reduces the intensity of the problem, solve the problem, because there's a serious problem about. Okay, now look at the composition, guys. M1 returning 100, class B, no inheritance. I created object of class A, has a property. What is this? Has a property, guys. Class A, class B has a property. Class B, class A has a property. Okay, now listen. In class B method is called in class A method. Class E method is called in class A method. Int val is equal to A1 dot M1. A1 dot M1. Okay, guys. Here return val plus 100. I am returning how much, guys? Val plus 100. Something I written. So B and A relationship is composition, but C is extending from B, D is extending from B. Okay, here what is there? Composition is the issue. I changed the return type to float. Cool. Then what I will get? What I will get? What I will get? Float value. But I am trying to store in what? Integer value. Error will come na, boss. Error will come. So if I just modify this line, that is sufficient now. Do I need to disturb all the classes, guys? Do I need to disturb all the classes? No. If I just disturb this is enough now, boss. Okay. Into val is equal to math dot round off A1 into val is equal to math dot round A1 dot M1 off. A1 dot M1 off. Getting my point? A1 dot M1. A1 dot M1. Into val is equal to math dot round A1 dot M1. A1 dot M1. Getting my point? Array, this round method will take the float value, will do round up or round down now, boss. Less than 0.5. You will get 10.5, 10 will come. 10.6, 10.7, 11 will come. Right now, boss. So somehow I'm converting float into numeric value again. Now problem is confined to only this line, boss. Are you getting my point? I am confining the problem only to this line. Does it going to affect other classes that are inheriting from B? Other lines that are there in class B? So that means using composition, I can restrict the problem to certain level. It is not going to disturb all the classes of inheritance hierarchy. It is just going to disturb only what? 1, 2 lines where that method is called, right? Yeah, math is the class name, round is the static method, boss. I hope you understood. Sir, what is the difference between this and this? Okay, here, if we disturb the signature of the method, return type of the method in the top class of the inheritance hierarchy, all the classes in the inheritance hierarchy are disturbed. But here, though we did that modification, not disturbed, where that method is being called, only that line is little bit disturbed. Remaining lines are not disturbed. By just modifying that line, we can restrict the problem to that level itself. We can restrict the problem to that level itself. Got it, my dear? Here B and A classes are in composition. So if you modify the signature of M1 method in class A, changing return type from int to float, that affects only M1 of class B, not the entire hierarchy of classes. That means using composition, we can restrict the effect of modification only to one method call. Only to one method call. Only to one method call. Understood, guys? Convinced, my dear? Super, boss. I think 2 problems you understood, 2 solutions you understood. Okay. This M1 is not treated as an overridden method. This M1 will be treated as an independent method, Rabab. Because class B and class A are not in relationship. Please, right? Are you understanding my statement? If you are having problem to take M2 as the M1 as the method name, take M2. Take M2. I don't have any issue, right? Because there is no overriding composition now, boss. only M2 of class B. Super. Tell me, guys, with inheritance, the unit testing of code becomes bit complex. Okay, I'm not saying not possible, bit complex. Okay, tell me, developers testing on his own code, is called unit testing. Generally, developers use JUnit Mockito tools for this unit testing. Are you understanding my statement, guys? If you modify signature of M1 method in class A, that affects M2 of class B, not the entire hierarchy of classes. I already modified now, boss. Please, Kavya madam, if you don't sleep in the classroom, 2 minutes back I modified, right? In the code also I changed it to M2. Please. What's happening, madam? M1 method of class A is called in M2 method of class B. I don't know why are you confused. Should I teach what is method, what is class also in spring classes? Don't excite, please. And you do more mistakes. Generally, developers use JUnit Mockito tools for this unit testing, Rabo. Testing is all about matching expected results with actual results. Expected results with actual results. By writing test cases in different permutations and combinations. Okay, listen, guys. Listen, guys. My application is performing login activity. I want to test it. So what total how many ways I should test, guys? Test with valid inputs, valid username and password. Test with invalid username and password. Test with no username and password. So in all permutation and combination, I should test now, boss. Each permutation is called one test case. When you are writing test cases, don't increase the count for the namesake. Don't increase the count for the namesake. Always, always write by variety. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Always go by variety. See, login application is there. Login with valid credentials, login with invalid credentials, login with no credentials. This is maximum now, boss. When form validations are not there, this is maximum. So here we are writing each test case on each variety. No, sir. Login with valid credential, I will test with 4 or 5 users. Waste. One user is enough. Na? Login with invalid credential, I will test with 10-15 users. Wait, one invalid username password is sufficient now, boss. So we should always write test cases on variety basis, not on count basis. On variety basis, not on count basis. Right now, boss? Testing is all about matching expected results with actual results by writing test cases in different permutations and combinations. Okay, guys. Now listen. Listen. Problem. Try to understand the problem, guys. Class A, M1, M2, 2 methods are there. Okay, guys. Ranjit Kumar, you give with username, with password, only password. If you categorize, guys, at maximum, it is coming into 3 permutations and combination. Valid credentials, invalid credentials, no credentials. What do you say, my dear? You may be going in detail, but at the end, same thing now, boss. I'm assuming that code is not having form validations. At that time, only 3 varieties, right, boss? Okay. M1, M2. M1, M2. Class B is having M3, M4. So when I create object for class B, boss, total how many methods are invocable? Tell me, total how many methods are invocable? 4 methods. So somehow, while writing test cases for B class, while writing test cases, I have to do unit testing on 1 method or 4 methods. I have to do unit testing on 2 methods of B class or 4 methods of B class. That means we are forced to perform unit testing on direct methods of class A and inherited methods of class B, right? Direct methods of class A and inherited methods of class B, class A. Direct methods of class B and inherited methods of class B. Yeah, since we can invoke both direct methods and inherited methods on object of class B, so we need to write unit testing code for both direct methods and inherited methods. So bit headache na boss. This improves little burden on the programmer or not? Say something, my dear. This definitely improves burden on the programmer or not? Okay, let us assume my class is 10th class in the inheritance hierarchy. Every class 5 methods are there. So total how many methods we should do unit testing, guys? Total on how many methods we should do unit testing, guys? Every class 5 methods. 10th class also 5 methods. Total how many methods? 50 methods. We should do unit testing on total 50 methods. This is very complex, boss. Super, guys. Solution, you observe solution using composition. Class A, how many methods? 2 methods. M1, M2. M1, M2. Class B, how many methods? M3, M4. Class B, how many methods? M3, M4. M1, M2, M3, M4. Got it, my dear? Got it, my dear? Tell me. Inside M3, M1 is called. Inside M4, M2 is called. So when I create object of class B, how many methods I can invoke? I will murder you. If you say 4, I will murder you. By creating object of class B, how many methods I can invoke, guys? Only 2 methods, right? So I have to do unit testing of how many methods? Only 2 methods. When I do unit testing on M3 and M4 methods, indirectly M1, M2 methods also unit tested. Indirectly M1, M2 methods also unit tested because M3, M4 methods are internally calling, M1, M2 methods are not. Here we need to do unit testing. We need to do unit testing only on M3, M4 methods which are invocable on object of class B. In this process, M1, M2 methods of class A will be tested indirect. So we don't have burden on performing unit testing on what? Okay, as a property related methods na boss. Is there any tension like that? Is there any tension like that? No tension. I think now you understood why we should prefer composition over inheritance. Yeah, reason number one. Reason number one. If you want, you can use only few properties of dependent class in target class. Reason number two. Okay. Reason number two. What is reason number two? Can you tell me? Okay. Code is not easily breakable. If you do one, two changes in if you do one, two changes in what? Target class or dependent class, it is not going to affect much of the classes in the inheritance hierarchy. Reason number three. Reason number three, unit testing also becoming easy. Super. Strategy design pattern principle number two, guys. Strategy DP rule number two. Strategy DP rule number two, guys. Strategy DP rule number two. Strategy DP rule number two. Super, guys. Actually, not this one, 1 minute. This is not our section. Cut it. Already there, no problem. Strategy pattern principle number two. Code to interfaces are abstract classes and don't code to concrete classes to achieve loose coupling. Yes, na boss? Shall we start understanding problem and solution once again? Okay, guys. I have two dependent classes, DTDC, Blue Dart. Deliver method, deliver method. Clear? Dependent class 1, class 2. First, I started with DTDC as my dependent class in the target class Flipkart. In the business method, I started using dependent class services. Right now, boss? I did not like the services of DTDs. I want to go for Blue Dart. I have to modify the code, guys. Thinking of DTDC and I'm creating object for Blue Dart. So that means at the same time, here also, instead of writing what? DTDC dot deliver, we should write deliver. Blue dot deliver order right. Blue dot deliver order right. Right now, boss? Blue dot deliver order right. See, guys, whenever I decided to change one dependent with another dependent, I'm forced to modify the source code, guys. My target class source code is totally disturbed or not? My target class source code is totally disturbed or not? I want reply. The target class Flipkart is getting dependent class object through composition and using it in the business method shopping. Since DTDC class object is created directly in Flipkart class, changing DTDC to other courier service like Blue Dart, First Flight, and etc. makes us to modify source code of Flipkart class. Flipkart DTDC classes are tightly coupled classes. Flipkart DTDC classes are tightly coupled classes. What do you say, my dear? These are really tightly coupled classes or not? These are really tightly coupled classes or not? I want reply. These are literally solidly tightly coupled classes or not? I want reply. Yes. Solution using interfaces. Solution using interfaces. Tell me. Array make all dependent classes implementing common interface called courier. And take courier type has a property. Take courier interface type has a property. And use that reference variable to call the business method inside the target class business method. Tell me what happens. Since you have taken courier type has a property, which is the interface type, I can inject with any implementation class object. Time to time, I can change from DTDC to Blue Dart to First Flight to XYZ boss. See the code, you will get idea. Make all dependent classes implementing common interface like courier. And take interface reference variable as has a property in target class. Having ability to assign uh, assign the object either using target class setter method or target class parameterized constructor at runtime dynamically. Look at what is the common interface courier. What it is having? Declaration of deliver method. Dependent class 1 implementing courier interface. Dependent class 2 implementing courier interface. Both are writing logic to deliver method. Deliver. So that means DTDC is having its own logic of deliver. The Blue Dart is having its own logic of deliver. So here, are you feeling polymorphism? One method, multiple definitions. One method, two different definition. Polymorphism. One method, multiple faces. Polymorphism. Are you able to feel that? Are you able to feel this one or not? Are you getting my point there, guys? Super boss. Tell me. Here is the target class, boss. In the target class, we are having has a property. We are having has a property. As a property, I'm not assigning directly object. I'm taking setter method. I'm taking separate setter method. Are you seeing it, boss? Interface type reference variable as a property. Setter method is taken for some so that I can assign any implementation class object dynamically from outside the class or not. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. See guys, missing classes is not a crime. It happens. But coming to next class without reading previous class document is a crime. I hope you are understanding. I'm requesting all the people who misses the classes, come to next class by reading the previous class document. Because whatever I speak, I try to keep in the document. So if you read the document, it is equal to 60 to 70% of attending class, right? So don't do that mistake. When you miss the class, read the document before coming to next class. Super guys. This is my setter method, guys. In the business method, I'm using. In shopping business method, I'm using courier. Okay, sir. Rajesh Ranjan, today's document will be sent after the class, na? No common sense, huh? How did you complete engineering, Ra Babu? Hats off to university who has given award to you, engineering award to you. Look at the query asked. I pasted in the chat box. Great fellows, Ra Babu. Great. If I scold you, people will feel bad. Tell me. Class Flipkart. Courier. Right now, boss? Courier. Set courier. Shopping method. Courier deliver method. Right now, boss? This is the main class. A regular main class. We will see practicals of this code also. Don't worry. Regular main class. I'm creating Flipkart class object, which is a target object. Target class object. This is courier DTDC is equal to new DTDC of dependent class object. Super guys. Now I'm assigning DTDC to Flipkart. Injection, right? Injection. Here what is happening? Injection is happening. Right now, boss? Injection is happening. Come on, my dear. String result is equal to FK got shopping, boss. FK dot shopping, right, boss? Business method call. Business method call. If you don't want to do all these things manually, you can take the support of factory pattern. I will introduce that later. If you don't want to take all these things manually, you can take the support of factory pattern. You can take the support of factory pattern. What do you say, my dear? Yes, na boss, come on. Courier blue dot is equal to new blue dot off. Now I'm able to change DTDC to blue dot. Again injection. Okay, I'm able to change from DTDC to blue dot without disturbing the source code of the target class. Without disturbing the source code of the target class. Right now, boss? Everyone, please tell me, guys. If your focus is when class is over, get out now itself. Focus on the subject, my dears. String result 1 is equal to fkkt dot shopping method. fkkt dot shopping method. See, guys, I'm able to change from one dependent to another dependent without touching the source code of the target class. So indirectly, we are achieving loose coupling on target class or not? Indirectly, we are achieving loose coupling on target class or not? Did our source code is disturbed, my dear? In main class, we can assign or change our choice courier service implementation class object like DTDC, Blue Dot, etc. without disturbing any code of target class. So we can say is based on runtime polymorphism or dynamic binding. We have achieved loose coupling between target and dependent classes. We have achieved loose coupling between target and dependent classes. What do you say, guys? Sir, you only manually creating target dependent, you only manually assigning. You don't want to do this. For this main class, you can give one supporting class. What is that? Factory pattern class can be given as supporting class or not. You can give factory pattern class as the supporting class or not. Okay, can I ask a few questions before I even still third rule is not completed? So what's the conclusion, guys? If you want to keep classes in dependency management, take them in, tell me, take them in composition. If you have a multiple choices in dependent classes, then make all dependent classes implementing common interface and make that interface reference variable as has a property in composition. So these are the 2 points we learned today. Number 1, classes of dependency management composition. Cool. But we have multiple choices for the dependent classes. You have multiple choices for the dependent classes, right? Okay, then make all dependent classes implementing common interface and take that interface type reference variable as what? As a property in target class, so that you can inject your choice dependent class object according to the need, as per the need, according to the need, as per the need. Right now, boss? Okay, boss. Sir, what about strategy return pattern? Rule number 3, principle number 3, sir. If we implement strategy pattern rule number 2 perfectly, okay, 50% of rule number 3 is done. Our code is open for extension. By taking that common interface, I can add more and more implementation classes for that interface. Indirectly, our code is open for extension. Flipkart is already able to work with what, guys? DTDC Blue Dot courier service. Beside this, I have taken public class DHL, implements courier, deliver method there, right? Deliver method there. So still, my Flipkart is able to use a DHL service. 4th courier class also I can take. 5th courier class also I can take. 6th courier class also I can take. What do you say, boss? So indirectly, our code is open for extension. Super, guys. Tell me, if I take all these classes as final classes, target dependent classes as final classes, can we write subclasses for them? Can we inherit and override the logics of the methods? No. So indirectly, our code is closed for modifications. Already developed classes logics can be modified by writing subclasses, boss. No, na. So indirectly, our code is closed for modification. That means in rule number 2, if you make all the target and dependent classes as final classes, it become closed for modification or not? Indirectly, our code has become closed for modification or not? Okay, no, sir, I don't want to take final classes. At least you can make the methods of the classes as final methods. Final methods can be overridden in the subclasses, boss. No. So indirectly, our code has become closed for modification. What is strategy design pattern rule number 3, guys? our code must be open for extension and must be closed for modification, right? Okay, by default, interface support that we have taken for dependent classes makes our code open for extension. Makes our code open for extension, right, boss? Makes our code open for extension, Ramo. Super perfect, right? By taking all the classes as final classes or methods of the classes as final methods, can we develop subclasses? Can we override those methods? No. So indirectly existing logics of existing methods are changeable or not changeable through subclasses, not changeable. So indirectly our code is closed for modification or not. Indirectly our code is closed for modification or not. I want reply. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Got it, my point here, guys? Yeah, I will give sample code of strategy number, rule number 3, strategy design pattern, rule number 3. Okay, in tomorrow's class. Okay, what is the plan, guys? Sir, what is the user? Array, existing logics cannot be modified by developing subclasses. So existing logics cannot be modified. Is it not advantage? People are coming and overriding method, writing their own logics for the business method. Is it the good? Is it the good? Code is given to production. There people are writing subclasses and modifying the existing logic and disturbing the business activities. Is it allowed? Should be allowed. But D fellows, how it is not, how it is good if you modify if you don't allow the modification. Freezing the code once everything is finalized is always good, na boss? Super boss. Right. Tomorrow plan is developing strategy design pattern using core Java. Day after tomorrow plan is developing the same strategy design pattern application using Spring so that we can understand benefits of working with Spring over core Java towards strategy design pattern, towards keeping classes in. What guys? Satish, you just ignore that warning, you don't worry about it. You just ignore that warning, don't worry about that. I have one question, sir. If you are overriding deliver method in implementation classes, what is if you change the return type of deliver method in the interface? Okay, Tushara, who has taken that interface? You. Okay, changing interface method return type is your headache, Spring headache. Changing interface method return type is your headache, Spring headache. Tell me, my dear. Then why are you blaming Spring? Why are you blaming Spring? Interface is yours, implementation class is yours. You only declared the method. You change the return type of the method. How does you can blame Spring? How does you can blame Java? You don't have proper designing skills. That's why you are changing time to time. So you have to bear the headache. And moreover, Ashish, in any high-end technology of Java, also core Java will be there. Yes, boss. Application context.xml tag error, but code is given correctly. Kavya, madam, you don't decide code is correct. Let the XML parser decide whether code is correct or not. You don't decide. If you start deciding, you will say everything is good. Let the XML parser decide. So you are getting error in closing tag means somewhere in the middle tags are not closed. Attributes are not quoted. Some mistake might happen. You have to find out that. Otherwise, yeah. Mr. Khan, Java update Telegram group. Become member of it and attend the classes. Durga Prasad, screening tester, keep your 4 Java fundamentals ready. Requesting you and admin, please upload recordings of same day so that we can prepare last class. Rahul, only demo classes videos will be given. Remaining classes, you have to attend live classes. Okay. Yesterday, coding practice trying to create Maven project. Could not find Maven archive part. Okay. Geetanjali madam, you might have done spelling mistake. You check that once. Java updates is our Telegram group. Amit Puste, problem with your Maven Eclipse IDE, reinstall Eclipse IDE, problem will be solved. Resumes are not shortlisted. Please give me solution. I am trying as a fresher. Rajesh Nayak, I uploaded sample resumes. Search for resumes.rar. You have sample resumes. Please go through them once. Please go through them once. Mr. Verma, you are getting this error means parsing error means typing mistakes in XML file. Typing mistakes in XML file. Internet is not off, internet is still working. @ component is not working, but write wish message generator XML is problem. @ component will work only when you enable component scan. Only when you scan, right? Okay, guys. ChatGPT will replace developers. Sorry, it cannot replace. Java updates is our group name. Okay, guys. Aditya C, read the document, you will get the summary. Today we discussed about strategy design pattern and 3 rules related to that. So strategy design pattern tells us how best we can create target and dependent classes. Right now, boss? Okay. I request everyone stop asking questions. How many days this course will go? How many days core module? How many days that module, this module? If you are asking that question, my answer is tomorrow over, stop coming for the batch. Stop asking these questions. Enjoy the subject. When that module over, when this topic will over, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out in my sessions. Screening test, multiple choices questions on the fundamentals of the subject. Ranjit Kumar, what is your query? Ranjit Kumar, what is your query? I think I missed your query or I didn't get your query. Ranjit Kumar, I did not get your query. Please send query again. You might have typed query to others. Please tell Telegram group name. Java updates. Java updates is Telegram group name. Unsatisfied dependency injection. @auto-void is forgotten. Check that once. @auto-void is forgotten. Check that one. Our dependent class is not. Offline and online. Classwork for Spring Full Stack students. 7 a.m. This is 7 a.m. session. Actually, last class material is also not uploaded. Today I'll upload both materials. Don't worry. Edit, guys. Browse, guys. Okay. Screening test will be on your fundamentals of core Java, boss. If you are good in core Java, you will clear. If you are not good, you may not clear. Okay. Super, guys. Spring 716, Spring Core, start by date. Job openings will be there in job portal website now, my dear. Right now, openings are there. For experienced people, still openings are there, right? Yeah. In my Facebook group, resume.rar file is there. Okay, Satish, I cannot share my resume with you. Don't be stupid. You can be idiot, but you cannot be stupid, my dear Satish. Okay, super. Asked how to apply for screening test. There is a